Hey, American Kids. Today I'm here with Beth Dulmage, and I'm here to talk to Beth about her experience at Iron Core. I want to talk about the results she's seen. I want to talk about what her experience has been in terms of how she feels, the atmosphere, and we're going to talk a little bit about the owner himself, Rob, as well. We'll have a little bit of fun with that. So, Beth, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come on and share your story.
Thank you.
So let's kind of set the stage for everybody who's watching this, right? We want to know really what was going on in your life, kind of some of the challenges, whether it was, physical or emotional, that led you to actually join. So what were some of the major things that were going on before you joined?
So I work in a high stress profession. The day to day grind, the stress level, finding the time to get to the gym. So long time member of gyms, doing that hour-long workout, finding an hour and a half or 2 hours in the day. It just wasn't manageable anymore. So I was really looking for something that would be time efficient for me, that would be fun. I didn't enjoy solitary workouts at the gym. Um, I like being with other people. I liked the classes, but the classes weren't always at the time. And like I said, it was a time commitment that was beyond what I could handle in the demands of work life balance and family. So I was looking for something different.
So you already had experience, right? You've been to the gyms, right? You
Yeah.
do that. It wasn't necessarily like you were going in, I need to lose tons of weight. Like you were already kind of there. You were just like, this is crazy. Too much time. I got to find something in a shorter experience. So you
Yeah.
started, go ahead.
I mean, part of it, and I should say, like, part of it has always been a lifelong struggle with being at a healthy weight. My weight has gone up and down all my life, so that was part of it. But it's really all tied together, right? It's that stress management piece.
And that stress management from you have a job that's got to wear on you, right? Balance the emotions up and down, the day to day, and it was just over time. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm guessing it kind of just wears on you.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Okay. And the places that you were at, they were helpful, but not necessarily all that helpful to manage a lot of this.
So it wasn't fun, right? So I'm talking for me, it wasn't fun. It was the big um, commercial gym environments where 500 treadmills. I'm exaggerating slightly. Classes packed to the rafters. No ability to build personal relationships within the largeness of it. That community connection doesn't happen in those big mega gyms. So those things are important to me. And
Okay.
so kind of all of those things combined, I was looking for something different.
Now, I don't know if you knew where to look for a place like that, did you?
I did not.
Okay.
So the story there is, my sister came upon a Groupon and said, hey, you want to try this out? We'll go together. And I fell in love with it. But it was like, oh yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
Um, and at the time, it was a short commute. Rob had a location in the area where I was living, so it was like 5-10 minutes to get there, half an hour workout, 5-10 minutes to get home. Perfect.
Now, you mentioned Groupon. Groupon's still out there, right? We still use it, but it was popular, 4, 5 years ago. Like it was really kind of a during its heyday then. So I'm guessing you've been there, probably training for a little while now. So how long exactly have you been training there?
I was trying to think exactly because I figured you'd ask that. I think it's been about 10 years. Now there was a 2 year period where I didn't go. Um, I thought the commute was going to be too much. I was doing a long commute for work at that time, and I I drifted away. I didn't go, um, just in that context of
Yep.
not enough time,
Right.
and I honestly I didn't make myself a priority. I didn't make the time to go to the gym a priority
And what
until
happened
I
during
did.
that time? So what happened to you during those 2 years where you didn't go? Like, were you starting things starting to creep up and like
Oh,
weight,
yeah,
stress, all that stuff?
yeah. Stress out of control, weight gain, and for me, the stress is, it impacts every area of your life, right? So just not having as much fun, not enjoying life as much. And I know that sounds like this wow exaggerated perception, but um, for me, it's important to have those social interactions and to make sure that life isn't all about just family and work.
Now you mentioned right, one of the reasons that you had stopped going was because of the fact that you did have a long drive or a long commute. So how far is it for you now to be able to get to like how far of a drive is it time wise?
So depending on the time of the day, the class I go to, it's anywhere from 20 minutes to half an hour.
That's a
So
lot.
I tend to go
Mm,
in the 20-minute time frame. So
right.
I can get there, get back, and still get ready for work and be to work by 7:30, which is perfect for me.
So you're doing the early morning. You're going
I'm
in and you're doing the
really
long
early.
drive early in the morning, going back,
Yeah.
and then going to work.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So I got to ask this then. You went back so people can understand you're making this drive because most people like 5-10 minutes. That's all they'll do if they go to a gym. What is it that has gotten you all these years to keep going back, to do that drive, to stay there and stay with it?
It's fun, and it is the only workout I have ever found that changes my body shape. So separate and apart from any focus on what the number on the scale is, it it it, it just changes the way I look and the way my body is shaped. It changes how I carry my weight. It changes how my clothes fit. It and it's fun. It's really really fun.
Let's keep going with that because you mentioned a big part of the reasons you're going right. It was stressful, right? You just feel like you said the weight was a challenge, but how has it helped you along those lines in terms of the stress or the emotions of the daily day-to-day work and grind?
So I would say that this half hour workout 5 days a week is a key pillar in my stress management strategy. So I have a number of other things that I do, and I do them faithfully now. Um, that include meditation, yoga, journaling, and that daily workout. And those things combined with the attention and the support that I get around the healthy eating component of my stress management, uh, it's been a recipe for me where I find myself in an awesome job right now with a lot of responsibility and a lot of stress and enjoying every moment of it. Not in that space of overwhelmed and feeling like life is out of balance. The routine and the discipline just makes it all not only doable but enjoyable.
Have others been able to see this difference? Right, the fact the lower stress or the manage being able to manage everything.
Well, certainly my husband does. um, and I guess you would have to ask them for me to know for sure, but I have to believe, I know that my interactions, my work life balance, my relationships with my friends, um, my work and my work relationships, um, when I think when we're happy, when I'm happy, when I'm taking care of myself and prioritizing myself, I have all the energy I need to be giving in the other areas of my life that I want to be able to give in, that I want to be able to be of service to, and that all becomes possible when I take the time to take care of myself.
Now, were you tracking anything in terms of like clothing sizes since your body shape had shifted? Were you doing anything noticing there?
Yes, I'm down 2 sizes from so that little period of time where I thought I don't have time and I'm not making time to go, that hiatus. Uh, Yeah, I'm down 2 body sizes, and I've maintained that down 2 sizes now for a year.
That's pretty good. And how about energy levels, right? Because if you're managing stress and emotions, how are your energy levels now?
Significantly higher. So I don't, it, I put in a long day at work. I put in uh, I put in the time to take care of myself in the morning. So my morning routine, including the gym, is about 3 hours from the time I get up till the time I'm reporting into work at 7:30. Um, and and then I'm going till the evening. And if there's something going on with the grandchildren, I have the energy to go. And I mean, COVID's been a bit of a bummer on some of that stuff, but now that we're starting to open up again, I have the energy to go out after work and do some fun stuff too.
Were there any aches and pains that you were having or things or any, like, have you noticed it because of with these gains or strength, that is there any benefits because of all that?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Um, One of the things that happened for me in that hiatus period is I did start to have significant discomfort in my hip flexors. Lost a lot of flexibility. Was very sedentary for those 2 years. Long commute to Chatham, long commute home, sitting at a desk all day, not going to the gym. uh, yeah, it made going for walks, riding my bike, all of those normal things much more difficult, because there was so much pain in my hip. I'm not saying I'm pain free, but I am definitely, if on a scale of 1 to 10, I was, like my mobility was at a 1 or 2. I'm up around 7 or 8 now.
That's
Uh,
significant. That's a lot.
it's huge. It's huge.
That is amazing. Now, is there anything else on the physical, mental, emotional benefits that we didn't cover?
It's my perception, nothing I can objectively measure. But yes, I think when I'm managing my stress well, when I'm working out, my thinking, my ability to keep track of a million details here at work. Um, if I'm keeping track of 5,000 details and I'm forgetting 50, that's way better than what I have when I'm not practicing all those stress management strategies. Um, and again, back to, like, we have so much fun for that half hour.
Yeah, I was going to
Uh,
come back to that. Yep.
that like we are laughing, um, we're pushing each other. I'm digging at Rob. It's fun. Like, we laugh a lot in between gasping for breath. We have a lot of fun.
Struggling to laugh in a good way.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you've got a lot of fun. It sounds like, from what you're saying, that there's the community and the people there. Like, it's very close. Like, you guys are all just really connected.
Yeah. So, so yes. Uh, So, I mean, we know each other by name. We talk about our kids. We talk about our grandkids. We talk about what we did on the weekend. We encourage and support each other. Um, it is definitely a community. And I think the other thing that my observation about Iron Core is that it's a welcoming community. So when anybody new joins in, like, they're welcomed, they're encouraged, they're supported. So no matter what class you're going to, you don't, like, you're part of. You're part of. There's just this sense of community, and so there's always something happening to keep us motivated and inspired. New moves to be
Gotcha.
learned. They do a great, that the trainers, Rob and Jen, do such a fantastic job of somehow knowing when to push to the next level, um, of being able to encourage and support. Like, I'm using weights that never in a million years would I have imagined that at 60 years old I could be swinging 45 pounds of a kettlebell. And honestly, I think if I keep working at it, I can go higher.
So what I'm curious to know is that anybody do it? Like any fitness
Oh yeah.
level, shape, size?
Yeah, anybody can do it. My husband was doing it. He's 5 years older than I am, and at the time he started going, really was quite overweight. And so yeah, you get supported to build up
Okay.
and um, and be able to do it.
Okay.
Is is it always fun in the moment? No. And if you ask Rob, he'll tell you that when it comes to burpees, um, my language can become quite colorful some days,
That's
and it's
okay.
all part of the fun.
That's okay.
Um, it's kind of how you push yourself through it. Yeah, no, it's
So
and then when you do it, it's like the oh my god, I just did whatever it was. I got through the whole thing, and I didn't faint, I didn't puke, and I didn't start crying. So yeah, this is fun.
you mentioned Rob. I want to shift gears, talk about him, and then we'll start wrapping up. So I mean, you've been there a long time, so you've obviously gotten to know him really well. He's great at what he does, from what you're telling me, right? He's able to help get results. But I'm curious to know about the personal side in terms of the human side of it. So can you share a few words or maybe phrases that describe the type of person that he actually is?
So I think Rob is one of those people that has been fortunate enough to find his calling, to find that work that fulfills his passion for being of service to others. You can just tell that he genuinely cares about each and every one of us and the results we're getting. Even sometimes when I'm he's not my favorite person as I'm doing, a ferocious 5 minute finisher. Um, he genuinely cares. This is genuinely his passion to help people have a healthy, fit, strong body that will continue to do the things that we all want to be able to do well into whatever age we are. He's passionate about removing that block that can start happening in our minds as we age that says I can't do this. He's all about yes you can and let me help you.
Is there an example maybe that you can share that epitomizes how he cares? Is there something that he's done for you, with you, or with others that you've seen? Is there something there that you can share?
Rob is absolutely willing and has at times when I've really been struggling with my nutrition to do those daily accountability checks, right? To be that person that I'm sharing my fitness pal with or sharing my meal plans and how I did with my meal plans and has that ability to know when to call me on my stuff, my BS, and when to support and encourage.
Before we recorded, I said we may talk about Rob. There might be a couple things that we find that are funny. Is there anything that's stands out about him that's quirky or personality traits that is like, yeah, that's just something that is Rob?
So one of the things that I have a lot of fun with, I fuss and whine and complain bitterly about doing burpees, and he'll laugh and push me even harder. He'll say, just repeat in your mind, I hate Rob, I hate Rob, I hate Rob. He has this way um, of pushing us and making it fun that I have never had in a trainer before. And I'll tease him back. I'll say, "Oh, you enjoy. Let the torture begin." And he'll say, "Yes, that's what I'm talking with you." It's just a fun way of pushing people in a different way than it's not the drill sergeant major. And yet he is pushing us. It gets the message across in a fun way.
We'll start wrapping up. A few more questions for you. So the first one I have is you've been through this experience. You've been there for years. Would you go as far as to say it's been life changing for you?
I've been going to gyms and doing the yo-yo diet thing for almost all of my adult life. Never never feeling happy, never feeling excited, always feeling like a deprivation. You know, I have to do this. There was never any, I want to do this. Now it's, I want to do this. I like doing this. And that I think is very different for many of us that have grown up with really negative body images, really negative self images, to realize this doesn't have, this is not a punishment. This doesn't need to be deprivation focused. So yeah, that's life changing. It's a
Okay.
gift.
All right. Now, if someone's on the fence and they're thinking of joining, but they're 50-50, what would you tell them to push them off the fence?
Oh, come and join us. You will have so much, you will have so much fun. You will find this so different from anything you've ever done before as it relates to your fitness and your nutrition and your stress
Final
management.
question for you. You've been there for quite a while. It's been life changing, as you mentioned. You've gotten to know Rob really well. Let's say right now he's closing things down, turning everything off, phone, email, hypothetically, right? And this is the last time that you can say anything to him. Knowing it's the last time, what would you want to say?
Thank you. You set out to make a difference in people's lives. You've made a huge difference in my life. Um, you know what I've experienced at Iron Core, um, it has been life changing, and thank you.
Beth, thank you for taking the time to come on, share your story. It's really a journey that's really amazing to hear, especially how long you've invested the time that you're willing to commute there, do it, go 5 days a week. You can obviously tell that this is really just a huge, huge part of your life. And I just want to thank you for sharing that, coming on, and I just want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. I really appreciate your time.
All right, you too. You take
Uh,
care.